Hi. So the next question I know everyone is wondering is how much do I take? And that is really best determined by your unique health history, your genetics, and if you have a healthcare practitioner to work with that can give you specific recommendations, that's always the best. That being said, there are some general guidelines we can go by. Now, with all vitamins and minerals, there is something called an RDA, which is the recommended daily allowance. And that's really based off of what our bodies need to meet the bare minimum requirements. So if you don't have enough vitamin D as a child, you could develop something called rickets. If you don't have enough vitamin C, you could develop something called scurvy. And so they're nutrient deficiency diseases. RDA is kind of like the bare minimum of what you need. And here at Vitality Lab and Mamba Sports Academy, we're not really about the bare minimum. We want to optimize everything. We want to optimize our health. We want to optimize our immune systems. And so these ranges will start at the RDA, but they go up a little bit higher based on what's in the current research. It's always important to remember too that you have the ability to check your levels, know how much you have so that you can adjust your own dosages with your healthcare practitioner. And so the best example that I like to give with how to consider nutrients and RDA is if you were to think about alcohol. There are specific guidelines for alcohol. We know that a glass of red wine that's rich in resveratrol, say like a Malbec, can have heart protective benefits, can have brain benefits, but the recommendation is maybe one glass a night, if that. But there are people that want to do more because there are other effects of alcohol than say just a heart benefit, and oftentimes some people will drink more than one glass, but that has an effect on our body. Think of RDA like the one glass for heart benefits, where if you do more, there is a greater effect on the body. But just like with alcohol, we can't do it every day and we can't do it for long periods of time, or there's going to be a health consequence. So like with alcohol, there are upper limits of these vitamins that will cause toxicity levels if you take too much. So with vitamin D, the general recommended dose for wintertime is 1,000 to 5,000 IUs a day. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin along with vitamin A. So these vitamins will store in your tissue. So you definitely want to check your levels if you're supplementing with vitamin D or vitamin A. Vitamin A, generally the recommended daily allowance is 900 mcgs or 700 mcgs for men and women respectively, all the way up with a max limit of 3,000 mcgs per day. Zinc is about 15 milligrams a day. Always taken with food. Zinc can upset your stomach if you take it by yourself. And then vitamin C has a bit of a bigger range. Generally speaking, 600 milligrams up to 2,000 being the upper limit per day is what's recommended. We know that there are studies that have shown that 200 milligrams of vitamin C a day hasn't really had very much impact on the immune system, except for people that were doing a lot of activity, which may be good for our athlete population here. But there are other studies that showed the real impact of vitamin C on the immune system was at much higher doses, looking at 1,000, 2,000, even high as 6,000 milligrams a day, which is a really high dose. Above 2,000 milligrams, you will likely have some sort of GI upset, diarrhea, nausea. So my general recommended dose is around 1,000 milligrams a day, and seeing how your body responds. I hope this helps, and I look forward to more of these chats.